Hiya, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this Mickey Mouse inspired dream catcher. So it's going to be very simple because I'll use the basic web as I do for my basic dream catchers. So I'm going to take some craft wire, I'm going to wrap one end around the hoop, that will be the dream catcher, and because this wire is quite thin I am going to put it straight across the middle of the hoop, wrap it around a couple of times, and then pull it back down to the opposite direction where it came from. If you have some thick craft wire, you just have to do it like once, wrap it around one side, stretch it across the hoop, then wrap around the other side and cut off the excess. Because this is thin, I'm going back on itself. So I'm going to wrap it around back to where I started and cut off the excess. So then I'm going to get some red yarn, I'm going to tie this onto the hoop, and I am basically going to wrap it around one half of the hoop. So I'm going to tie a knot into the end of it, and then as I'm wrapping around I'm kind of hiding that end tail bit underneath the yarn to hold it in place. So like I say, just wrap this around until half the hoop is covered, like from one end of the wire to the other, and then tie it off at the other end. So once you've done that, you then want to do the other side in black. So same thing, just wrap it around until all that is covered, and you also want to wrap the black yarn around the wire in the middle as well. So this can be a bit fiddly because there's not like a massive space in between. Next I'm going to tie on some red thread. I'm going to tie it in the middle of the red section, and now I'm just going to do a normal web. And so I'm going to take the yarn, go over the hoop, underneath the hoop, and then through the thread. So it goes over the hoop, round to the back, then up through that part. And I'm just going to spread out the knots, and the wider you spread out the bigger the web's going to be. If you want like a smaller web, have the spaces a bit closer together, but we're going to do this all the way around this one half of the hoop. And I'm not going to go into great detail this because it is exactly the same as I do for my normal dream catchers. If you haven't seen my dream catcher kit tutorial, I suggest you go and watch that because that goes in a bit more detail, and I will be doing another one using my own materials rather than an actual ready-made kit. I'll put a link of that in the description or at the end of the video of the Dreamcatcher kit one. So I'm going around the edge still, making sure they're as evenly spaced out as possible. They don't have to be totally even because if it's uneven it just still looks like a web, just not as quite as uniform. And once you get back to the beginning where you started, you just have to basically go in and out of each of the little sections you made. So you don't have to do the little knot on it. Just go in from the top and then out through the bottom, and then through the top and out through the bottom of the next one. So just take your time and make sure you go into the right sections. So this is where I start again, and I'm just going in and out and then pulling as I go, and that will create the web. You want to do the exact same with the top one, only using black yarn. So now I've got a smaller hoop, and I've already covered that in the yarn, and now I am just doing the basic round Dreamcatcher style. So the same stitches you just done, just obviously on a small round ear. And you want 2 hoops of these size as well. I'll put the exact size I used in the description. So I just made a normal Dreamcatcher in the little hoops. Okay, so now I'm going to attach little hoops, so I'm going to get a hot glue gun. Just going to put some glue in between the 2 rings, and this will hold them together. Not going to hold them together perfectly though. So once it's dry, I'm going to take some black yarn, thread it through one side and then down through the other where the two hoops meet. I'm going to tie this together and then just wrap it around the two hoops where they connect, and this will cover up the glue that you can see, and it will also make it a lot stronger, and so the ears won't flop about. So you want to do this on both sides where the ears connect. So you just wrap it around where they connect again and again until it's all covered, and then you're very nearly done. This can be a bit fiddly and you want to hold the ears really steady, otherwise they're going to be a bit wonky. The only thing else left to do there is to add a little hoop for the top so you can hang it up. And you're done! Mickey Mouse Dreamcatcher. So you can have some nice Disney dreams. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, let me know if you made one, and see you in my next video. Bye!